Recording?
Nothing? Oh, wait. Oh, there you go. I'm not gonna make you my roadie.
We recording? We got this?
Oh, goodness. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our September Village Board meeting. If you could please rise and say the Pledge of Allegiance with us. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If you didn't get the opportunity to see, there are agendas on the back table should you need one. We're going to start tonight off with our department reports. Aside from what came through to us, Paul, do you have anything from the fire department you want to put out? Nothing further? Okay. Police department, Chief Busey, no? We're good? Okay. I'd like to thank the police department for we've had a lot of events since we last met, which was mid-July. So we've had the fair that they were very busy with. We had extra officers on that week. And we had Scottish games, and we had some impromptu work at the Scottish games. And all good stuff. It wasn't bad stuff. It was good stuff. But so I want to thank you and the officers for organizing and being flexible and doing a great job with that. Public Works Department. Jeff, do you have a few items for us?
Last month, we got the HVAC unit replaced for the police department, so that's all set. I'm waiting for one more quote on the units for this room and the members' room, and then we can go forward with that if you decide. The guys have been busy cleaning ditches and culverts because of the heavy rain events we've had. We've had some issues with them jumping out and taking some of our sides of our streets out. We finished the playground equipment down there, that new piece of equipment.
It looks great.
As soon as we get caught up, we'll change that
We have
swing
swings
set
to
out.
change, but other than that, the new pieces up.
Yeah.
You guys should check it out. It's nice. If you have little kids,
Yeah.
bring them on down there.
We're just about done with our meter reading, probably finish it up this week, and then we'll have all our go-backs for the rereads. What else? Oh, Chris has finished all his schooling out to Morrisville for the wastewater classes, did good on all his tests. Now it's just up to the final test, and we just sent a voucher out for that, so hopefully that'll keep moving down the line.
And I'll just add for the public, just so you have a reference to what he's referring to, is we have to have certain people certified in areas of both wastewater and water, and we lost our lead wastewater treatment operator a few months ago,
Yeah.
who got another position and changed jobs altogether, actually. So we have somebody that we always send someone through schooling, and they went to school this summer for a couple weeks and took tests along the way, did very well, and
Yeah.
he's got to pass the state test now for his final certification, and 6 months of training on the job with the department as well, I think, or something like that, a year?
Yeah, he's already done that.
No, I knew he did, but isn't it, is it 6 months or a year? There's quite a bit that goes into this.
It's a year.
It's a
but,
year,
Yeah,
okay.
he's already been there plenty of time.
And the good news is, at the same time, we have another new employee that we had hired back in I forgot how long Brad's been here with
Yeah.
us. So he is doing the schooling for the water certification. So we're trying to look into the future and have these certifications with I want to say the young kids we've brought in the
Yeah.
last year or two, right? So they're doing great. No,
Yeah,
it's
they are.
super. Yeah,
Yeah, if we can find one more labor.
it's out there. We're trying. We're getting some responses, so that's good.
Yep.
Anything else? Anybody have questions for Jeff?
No,
Okay,
it.
well, thank you.
Okay,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you.
thank you.
At this time, if there's anybody has something for public comment, you are welcome to come up to the microphone and share your thoughts with the board. It is open if you are ready.
Good evening, and thank you for the air conditioning.
Oh, isn't it nice?
Thank God there was a meeting tonight.
We'll talk as slowly as possible.
I'm Kate Provencher. I live here in Altamont, and I notice I just want to ask if when you consider item number 5, if you might just talk a little about what the criteria are for making an approval for adding another household onto our water, just because.
Okay, when we get to that, I'll have Jeff give you some background.
Yeah, that's all.
That's
I
fine.
just
Sure.
think-
Absolutely. Laura?
Ack wants to make some comments about the fall festival. Should we just wait until?
Oh, I would come up now and do that. Yeah, if that's okay. Yeah,
Yeah. How's everybody doing?
we're doing well. How are you?
Dan Barker. I run the Village Museum and I'm a member of ACT. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about the Fall Festival that we're planning on having on September 23rd from 12 to 4 in Orsini Park. I just want to first off thank the Altamont Police Department and the Public Works for their plan to slow traffic around Orsini Park and the crosswalks during the event. And the Department of Public Works will add cones to the center line leading to the crosswalk. So thank you very much for all of that. You guys are awesome. Couldn't do it without you. Let me see. So on the day of the event, we're going to have a walking tour by Keith Lee at 10:30 a.m. There will be a sign up for that that's going to be online. I need to create that. I haven't done that yet. So that will be done probably 2 weeks before the event or so. I don't like to do it too far in advance because then folks sign up and then forget about it. So, which we're all busy. I get it. Totally get it. At noon, all the activities are going to start in the park. So during the festival, we're going to have 3 bands. We're going to have Yankee Holler from 12 to 2, Shadow State from 2 to 3, and then Faraday from 3 to 4. And those bands will be playing in the gazebo. Kids activities, we have a bounce house, balloon animals, face painting, various lawn games. It's pretty much all the same games as last year. We have a history table. Well, it's going to be multiple tables. I think we have 3 local history groups coming. We have a 50-50, candy corn guessing game, photo booth, backdrop, and Joe Burke from the Altamont Free Library is going to be giving library tours. And then we have some food. We have free cider and donuts, free popcorn courtesy of Phillips Hardware, so thank you very much for that. The cookie truck is going to be back. They're awesome. Jen from Main Street Cafe will be setting up. They have awesome food. And then 518 Eats is selling hot dogs. We do have 2 porta potties planned. And then we've also invited Amanda Beadle with the Caring Closet to share her wonderful organization that supplies school students with hygiene products in at various Gilderland schools. So thank you very much, Amanda, for all that. And we're excited to see everybody there. So if you have any questions, people can either email ACT or ask me right now if you want, if I left anything out.
Is it a pumpkin bounce house again? Wasn't it a pumpkin or
Is
something
it?
last
It is
year?
the same bounce house, yeah.
It was
Yep.
impressive. It was impressive.
Oh, and we also have a rain date of September 30th.
Oh,
which I
that's good to
forgot.
know.
So, yeah.
One question I just had was the online sign up for the tours, is that on the ACT site? How are you gonna do that?
I'll post it on the Altamont community Facebook page. So if people don't have access to that and you want to sign up, you can email the archives link, which is on the village website, and I can just add you to the walking tour also.
I was
So-
wondering if that's something we could add to the village website.
Yeah, we easily could. It's just
Just for people to get to the link.
I think so. I think we could add the link, so I can send you
If
that
you
when
could
it's
send us a
done.
blurb, just a little blurb to
Sure.
put with it, we can put it
About
under
the tour?
news
Yeah,
with the
yeah, yeah.
link, and then the people can, it'll go out to those who are signed up on the website.
Okay,
That makes sense? Like,
cool. Yeah.
Okay,
Anyone else has
great.
any other questions? All right, thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Yep.
Thanks, Jen.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to move on to our agenda to item number 1. Consider approval of treasurer's abstracts number 3, number 4, number 5, and 6, and transfer funds as submitted. Could I get a motion for that?
So moved.
John is first, and second
I'll second.
is Nick. And roll call, please.
Trustee Mitchellwitz?
In favor.
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor?
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Item 2 is consider authorizing partial payment to AJS Masonry in response to the termination cost proposal for the amount of $2,565, which was an adjustment to the pay application number 7. We looked at these last month. we made a mathematical calculation problem, or, sorry, error, sorry, on the abstract, so we are fixing that error that we made, so that's what that is. Could I have a motion, please? Michelle is first, and second is Tressa. And roll call, please.
Trustee Matulowicz.
In favor?
Trustee Ganance.
In favor?
Trustee Farrakhan.
In favor.
Trustee Scally.
In favor?
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Item 3 is consider authorizing Mayor Denine to sign Barton and LaJudas change order number 1 regarding Fairview Avenue sidewalk project. Change order number 1 is for the following items: extra stone parking area to stabilize the drainage between the sidewalk and the street, embankment material installation, replace unsuitable material, ADA frame and grate installation for safety and slope, and a cast iron tactile upgrade handicap ramps for an additional cost of $4,003.34 to Callahan Industries, Inc. Could I have a motion, then I'll explain a little bit more about this?
I'll make the motion.
Nick is first, and second?
I'll second it.
Ooh, that was a tie.
He
Oh.
can have it. He
Oh,
can have it.
she's given it to you, John.
Oh.
So number 2. So this is for items 3 and 4. In our sidewalk project, which was completed, there were extra materials needed. So when they were digging out the area, they want to use the old, dirt to put back into that was the plan, to use what was there, the materials there. This one of the things. And it was not suitable, ended up being all shale. I remember, Jeff, you correct me if I'm wrong, talking about that. So we had to bring in more dirt and more, what it said here, extra parking stone and things like that. That had to come in. That was not part of the original agreement. And you'll see they had to change the grate. They got a better grate, actually. I remember them talking about that. And so that's what the additional costs are. We don't usually like change orders, but it was necessary. And this and number 4, so before we get there, I might as well just explain it. 4 is, again, the same project, but of course, the additional work and changes went with additional engineering changes. So they had to sign off, consult, and make those new designs and changes in the plan. Both of these things fall still within our grant amounts. It doesn't have a budget effect on our budget. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay. So can I have roll call on number 3, please?
Trustee Matulowicz.
In favor?
Trustee Ganance.
In favor?
Trustee Farrakhan.
In favor.
Trustee Scally.
In favor?
Mayor Denine.
In favor. So item 4 is consider authorizing Mayor Denine to sign Barton and LaJudas' letter regarding Fairview Avenue sidewalk improvement project. The approval will supplement $3,100 for engineering services, which will be within the grant amount of $125,000, and total engineering services then will be at $11,100 for that same project. So could I have a motion, please? Michelle, and second,
I'll second.
Tressa. And roll call, please.
Trustee Matulowicz.
In favor?
Trustee Ganance.
In favor?
Trustee Farrakhan.
In favor.
Trustee Scally.
In favor?
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Item 5, let me read it and have some motions, and then I'll have Jeff, if you don't mind, to come on up and talk to us about this. So consider request for village water and sewer on a single-family dwelling at 145A Bozenkill Road, Altamont, tax map number 37.09-1-5.12 per request, VAMR Development. Capital charge for new service connection to water and sewer is $7,500. Jeffrey Mueller, Superintendent of Public Works, has reviewed the application and recommended the connection. Could I have a motion, please?
So moved.
And John is first. Second
I'll second.
is Nick. So I will say, and Jeff, do you mind coming up for a minute? So this is a house within the village limits. It was a part of the approved subdivision by the ZBA, which is on Bozenkill Road, right across from Indian Maiden.
Indian Maiden.
Sorry, I know where I am, I just said the wrong words.
And there was approval for 3 lots there.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's approval for 3 lots. Do you want to explain how, we do have calculations for the water and such. Do you want to?
Barton and LaJudas, I don't have it in front of me. It was 2010 or something like that. They developed a Phase 2 water policy for the village. On their calculations, they figured out how many houses in the village, how many outside the village would be allowed to tie into our water system without causing any problems. And so far, we're way below any any of their total figures.
On the inside. I know on the outside.
On the outside too, we're still quite a bit below. Because we figured that into when Troy first approached us for his, and we're still, even figuring those houses, we're still way below it.
And I do know that when there are residences or land within the village paying village taxes, and Allison goes, correct me if I'm saying this wrong, there is a right to both water and sewer, you know, all the facilities that are offered in front of their house, whether it's water and or sewer, or, you know, one or the other.
Yeah.
Because they pay taxes on that land, so,
But we're way below their set limits of where
Yeah.
we shouldn't be above.
yeah. We're still under. I do know with outside, I know maybe this year, because we've had so much water, we haven't had the need. But we came very close last year when we had well issues and things like that, to the point where there was an outside development that did ask for water and it was denied.
Yeah.
We've done that twice now to 2 developments on the outside of the village.
Yeah.
Small, one was small and one was bigger. So, you know, it is watched, and there was an updated, I want to say study, was it a year ago?
I think,
Bartonell and
yeah,
Judas did it.
last year.
It was like last year.
That's what I was gonna ask, is that, you mentioned 2010, but that gets the, I guess the assumptions that go into it get reviewed.
Yes, when we were approached by this large development, they established an escrow account and for engineering, and we had the study done last year.
Okay.
I think, you know, we haven't seen it in a year, but you saw it maybe a year ago or so, maybe a year and a half now, I don't know,
Yeah.
I'm not sure. And they did a new study determining that for their outside, we don't have, well, not that we don't have it, but you don't want to, you know, go to the,
So the limits changed then since 2010 or 20?
well, they
Not
have a
as-
little bit though,
Not
because.
as much as the water. I think
Right.
what changed with that is the consumption rate went up higher per household than what they originally based it on.
But we also annexed in property, so we had to change the calculations at one point too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we did.
I just
so-
mean, we're not still basing everything off 12-year-old.
No, it's
No,
been
no.
updated.
That
Jeff
was the-
actually has
that was
updated
the
it.
first one.
Right.
That
Yeah.
and when they did the most recent one, they looked at the wastewater too.
They did.
Before it was just the water end of it.
Okay.
Right, we did
Thanks.
water, then waste. That's right, water was first, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did wastewater after that, so. So we're keeping track.
Oh, we're definitely keeping track, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, any of these decisions were based first off those studies.
And just, I know back then I was on that sort of small committee that worked on that in 2009 or something like that. I know that the Bozenkill development specifically, and the land off of Western, there were certain spots we knew could be developed someday. They were counted then. So it was, they were put into the count for, we have to have enough water for these places, so that was part of it.
Wasn't that discussed with the zoning board too when we were going through that?
Yeah.
I believe that came up, that study was
Yep,
Yeah,
shown.
it comes up quite often, yeah.
okay. Sounds good.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you. So could we have roll call, Patty, on number 5?
Trustee Mitchellwitz?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Item 6 is consider authorization to expend up to $9,540 from the Sewer District Public Works Equipment Reserve, subject to permissive referendum, to pay for replacement of the pump at the Brendel Road Lift Station that was 32 years old. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Nick and Michelle is second. And roll call, please.
Trustee Mitchellwitz?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
Oh, in favor. Sorry.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Item 7 is consider authorization to expend up to $7,975 from the repair reserve, subject to permissive referendum, to pay for replacement of HVAC system for Altamont Police Department. Could I have a motion, please?
So moved.
John is first, and second
I'll second.
is Tressa. And roll call, please.
Trustee Mitchellwitz?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Item 8 is consider authorizing Mayor Denine to sign a quote of $646 from New York Power Authority on behalf of EJ Electric to install an arm assembly, Cobra, and head fixture and control node and applicable wiring at Park Street Pole Number 3, Altamont, New York. Can I have a motion for that?
So moved.
Michelle, and second?
I'll second.
Nick, and let me just give you a little background on that, so people understand what this was. 5 years ago, we started an LED lighting project. It's been the longest project I've ever been a part of. And so the one thing besides the lights were changed, and that was great, we were one of the first municipalities to be done. However, there's been delays with both National Grid and different things along the way. So the one addition we made for this whole project was an extra light on Park Street at the senior housing where they requested a light a long time ago to light up their parking lot a little bit so they could see, with the cars there on both sides. And that was fine. It was a great time to do it. We were adding one. Unfortunately, we have the light, we have the wiring, and the arm, I don't know if it's in or not yet, I hope so, but National Grid, we put in the request for that light a year ago, September 15th, and they have not approved it yet. I know, they've had a lot of change in personnel, so this week, we seem to be moving on it a little bit, but unfortunately, the subcontractors who did the lighting projects in all of the municipalities around us want to leave to go work in another part of the state. So this maintenance group, we have maintenance with, they're going to put the light up for us when it's ready to go. So this is, and this same amount of money will be deducted off the project cost. So it's like a wash that way, not out of our budget. Okay, so, could I have roll call, please?
Trustee Mitchellwitz?
In favor.
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Item 9 is consider approval to begin using an application for a permit to open street or pavement as requested by Jeffrey Moeller, Superintendent of Public Works. This will allow applicants to seek authorization from the Department of Public Works before they perform construction work within the Village of Altamont Public Roadways. So this came up as an issue with somebody that needs to open up our road, our newly paved roads, and just a little bit, but, and so I get it, they have to fix something, that's where, our pipes go. So, there's a form that the town used, and that's what we adopted to be our model too, because we never had something like that. I don't know if we've actually faced it too, well, we did once, and. That's what started this whole process. Right. Yeah, so what Jeff's saying, so those that are at home, is a couple of years ago, we had work done by a contractor who opened up one of our roads and never came back and left it open. So this has got a liability attached, it's got a deposit attached, it has, it's what the town uses as well. So it kind of protects us. Can I have a motion for that?
So moved.
Oh, that was a tie too. John can be first, Michelle, will you be second?
I will.
Okay, thank you. Roll call, please.
Trustee Mitchellwitz?
In favor.
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Item 10 is consider approval of municipal cooperation resolution to allow the Village of Altamont to invest portions of its available investment funds in cooperation with other corporations and/or districts pursuant to the New York Class Municipal Cooperation Agreement. That's a lot of words in there. Basically, this is a group that has been set up for municipalities and schools. And it's like a bank. It's officially, it is allowed to be used by us, and it has interest rates that will be in our favor, because we don't have anything like that now. And so we will benefit by just taking things we identify to go in there for a higher interest rate, which is great. So, can I have a motion for that, please? So Michelle is first,
I'll
and
second.
second is Nick. And roll call, please.
Trustee Mitchellwitz?
In favor.
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Item 11 is consider authorizing the Altamont Fire Department to list 2001 Pierce engine fire truck for sale for initial asking price of $100,000 with FireTech apparatus sales per request of Paul Miller, Chief. FireTech apparatus sales takes 10% commission from the sale of the truck, and Village Board may accept, reject, or counter any offer made.
I'll make the motion.
Nick is making that motion,
second.
and Michelle is second. And roll call, please.
Trustee Mitchellwitz?
In favor.
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Item 12 is consider authorizing Mayor Denine to sign RBC Wealth Management letter authorizing RBC Wealth Management to issue 2022 Service Award one-time payments of $700 to David Cowan, Joseph Dover, William Ernst, Mark Huggins, and Thomas Person, Altamont Fire Department members. Could I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Tressa is first, second. Michelle
have
beat
it.
you that time. Well, too bad, I wrote you down. Michelle, roll call, please.
Trustee Mitchellwitz?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Okay, we're on the second page. As you notice, we have 2 pages on our agenda tonight. There's a lot of stuff going on here. Item 13 is consider resignation of Jason McCaney, police officer, effective August 31st, 2023. Could I have a motion?
So moved.
John, and second,
I'll second.
Tressa? And roll call, please.
Trustee Mitchellwitz?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Okay, item 14. Consider approval of resolution scheduling a public hearing on proposed local law number 1 of 2023 to permit the keeping of chickens within the village of Altamont. Public hearing is to be held on October 3rd, 2023 at 7 PM. Could I have a motion for that?
So moved.
Michelle, and second,
I'll second it.
John? And roll call, please.
Trustee Mitchellwitz?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. There you go. Item 15 is consider request of Altamont Community Tradition to hold Altamont Fall Festival on September 23rd, 2023, from 12 to 4. I have a question before we take a motion on that. Should I add the rain date to it? Because you said there's a rain date of September 30th, so shouldn't we approve that while we're doing this?
I think we should.
Yep.
Is that okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'll amend it, ready? So consider request of Altamont Community Nutrition to hold Altamont Fall Festival on September 2023, from 12 to 4, with a rain date of September 30th, 2023, from 12 to 4. Can I have a motion, please?
I'll make the motion as amended.
Nick, nice.
I'll second.
Michelle will second. And roll call, please.
Trustee Mitchellwitz?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Item 16 is consider request of Phil Carducci to hold Fall Craft Fair on October 7th, 2023, from 10 to 4. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved. Oh.
Second.
John first, okay. And John is first and Nick is second. And roll call, please.
Trustee Mitchellwitz?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. And I will just make note that that is at Bozenville Park, just to make a note of that. Item 17 is consider request of Phil Carducci to hold Mid-Fall Classic 5K on October 8th from 9 to 12. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Michelle, and second,
I'll second.
Tressa. And roll call, please.
Trustee Mitchellwitz?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. That is also at Bozenville Park. Number 18 is consider request of Phil Carducci to hold 15th annual Run Off That Turkey Trot 5K on November 25th, 2023, from 9 to 1. That is at the community room here at Village Hall. Can I have a motion for that, please?
So moved.
Tressa, and second,
I'll second it.
John. And roll call, please.
Trustee Mitchellwitz?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
Oh, in favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. 19 is consider approval of board minutes for July 18th, 2023.
So moved.
Any motion? Did you say a motion?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, Michelle, sorry. Okay, Michelle is first,
I'll second.
and Tressa is second, and roll call, please.
Trustee Mitchellwitz?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
I wasn't there, so I'll abstain.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. 20 is consider entering into executive session to discuss contract negotiations and to receive privileged advice and legal counsel from village attorney. That's outside the scope of the open meetings law. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Michelle, and second?
I'll second.
Oh, Tressa beat you, John. And roll call, please.
In favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine?
In favor. So we have to go into executive session. If we don't see you later, we'll see you in a month from now. Oh.
Just one thing
Oh.
before we go that Chief Miller forgot to mention is, as always, they have the 9/11 memorial on
Yes.
Monday. Be here around 8:30 in the morning if you plan to attend.
Good
Thanks.
catch, definitely.
Very nice.
All right. All right, thanks, guys. Let me turn these off. Oh, mine died.